What Capcom Disney game would be complete without the haunted house, right? Even though it's ridiculous to be able to fly a plane through any house and have this much room, but oh well. Capcom actually recycled the falling chandeliers from Mickey Mousecapade. The only thing is, every chandelier falls, so no worries about checking them first. Just get under them quick and then move out of the way. The ghosts multiply into 2 smaller ghosts after hitting them, and then 4 more before finishing them off. So just avoid them if you can, as it may be a nuisance to continuously fire at them and avoid the extras. The bonus stage is located in this area here by the random door in the background. Be quick, cause the screen is scrolling up and you can't head back down. When you get to the chandeliers above the fireplaces, make your fake outs toward the center so you can avoid the shots of small fire that spit out of the fireplace. Keep low while the hands pop out of the wall. You have your best chance at avoiding them this way. Right after that is the boss, an apparition who's only visible by its gloves, hat, shoes, and bow tie. The bow tie is the target, and the only real threats are the gloves that will move slowly but in several unpredictable patterns. His right hand, or the one on your left, will protect the bow tie from your attacks. But it's real easy as long as you stay in the lower left hand corner. Nothing can hit you from here. Once it lets its guard down with its right hand, move up, hit the bow tie, then head back down and repeat. The 5th stage takes place in the city above a bunch of skyscrapers under construction. Now some of these buildings are platforms that you can't go through, but the ones that are farther back are part of the background. When you see the second tan building like this, slip down, change your direction, and fire at the corner to find the bonus stage. A little bit later on, you'll see the random schmucks driving these vans that send balloon bombs your way. Don't change direction and fire at them, because you just end up getting more of them on the screen unnecessarily when you can just stay to the right and avoid them altogether. Soon after, you run into construction workers that are just doing their jobs, and since they're in your way, you're supposed to kill them, I guess. I really don't think Blue is this much of a prick. Grab this mini sea duck here to get an extra life. Soon after the boss is this strange frog machine that fires off a shitload of bouncing balls and operates a wrecking ball. When I first made it here, I was blown away by the insane difficulty. You have to hit the window that the guy operating the machine occupies. The balls bounce all over the place and high enough to hit you at the level you need to be, plus the wrecking ball keeps slamming into you. It's impossible. Until I accidentally figured out that you can take out the wrecking ball. Oh, well that certainly makes things easier. It's not like there's any way to tell that the shots of the wrecking ball are doing any damage. So the first things first, take out the damn wrecking ball. Fire at it immediately, and when it swoops over in your direction, change directions and keep attacking. When it falls off, you'll have your chance to finish it off. Now it's pretty hard to shoot straight and avoid all the goddamn balls at the same time, so your best bet is to fire diagonally from above. Just make sure you don't fire consecutively too often, because you'll drift downward. You want to be as close to the ceiling as possible. Level 6 takes us through a cave. As soon as you start off, turn around and fire at the upper left hand corner to get to the bonus stage. Stay low when the snakes pop out during this vertical scrolling portion. They'll just retreat after a short time. I wouldn't even bother firing at these suspended box things. They don't fire too rapidly, but they change their course of direction, so stay as far away from them as possible. The only other enemy is this douche in the minecart that throws bones slowly. Just line up with him and shoot. The boss is this rabbit in some weird ass contraption that fires off rocks. At first you might be like, what the hell do I do? How do I destroy this thing? Nothing's hitting it. But once you figure it out, it's pretty easy as shit. First off, you have to hit the rabbit when the window is open, and you need to do it from underneath at a diagonal. If you do it from this spot, you'll be able to easily hit it and be able to see the rocks coming, even though it seems like none of them even come fucking close. Before you know it, you've won. The 7th stage is in the jungle. You'll quickly encounter suicidal alligators that catapult themselves at you. Stay level with them and fire. Even if you don't hit them, they'll go flying right over you. His brothers run across the bottom of the screen chucking spears at you, so keep your eye on those while you run into these statues that spit these slow-moving projectiles. When you get to the sky, don't bother shooting at these winged freaks that fire spears. You'll just end up with a greater chance of getting hit. And remember, the smaller clouds you can pass through, but the bigger ones you can't, because they're hard as a fucking rock. You'll descend a vertical scroll portion, but before you head right, shoot the corner here to get to the bonus stage. Right after is the boss, this alligator statue that spits fireballs. You'll also have to deal with the alligator minions that chuck spears from underneath. To beat this boss, you'll have to be constantly moving. Fly in a circular motion to avoid the fireballs. The small gators show up, get level with them, fire, and then go back to the circular pattern. Whenever you see an opening, fire at the red jewel in the middle, which is the boss's weakness. Repeat the pattern until it blows up. The final level takes place in the mountains, and despite the fact that Rebecca warns you that it's full of traps, it's really not. Just a few air pirates that drop rocks and some people skiing. The level is actually really short and there's no bonus stage, but who cares about that since you're never going to see the shop again anyway. So after a short trip through the mountains, you run into Don Carnage again. This time the true battle begins. He'll fly in circles, firing off 3 shots at a time. Since he's so fucking fast, you'll sometimes have to dodge his old and new attacks at the same time. The only time you can really get a clean shot on him is when he passes across your level. Don't even think about trying to get him diagonally. You've got to be fast, avoid his attacks, and try to keep your distance, so you'll want to be shifting your position while flipping your plane and dodging the firepower simultaneously. Eventually you'll take him out, and it's on to destroy the mothership, or whatever this thing is called, I forget, and finish the game. You'll need to take out the propellers first while avoiding the torpedoes, bombs, and air pirates that all come after you at once. Now you may be misled into thinking that you can't touch the ship since you couldn't even go through the clouds before, but no, the ship is just background. So stay as far left as you can, which will give you the most reaction time, and fire rapidly at the propellers, taking out the pirates and torpedoes at the same time. The torpedoes will line up one on top of the other, so be sure to adjust your position while firing, or one of them might hit you. And keep your eyes peeled for the bombs that drop down from above. You can see the tip of them before they drop, letting you know where they're coming from. Be sure to grab the heart when it appears, you might need it. After all the propellers are taken out, you'll have to destroy the main engine. Repeat the same strategy as before, only this time you won't have as much space in between you and the smorgasbord of shit that's in front of you. There'll be a heart here to replenish your health as well. After blowing it up, you'll get a cutscene of Shere Khan all pissed off that he didn't take over Rebecca's business. Then it cuts to Baloo and Kit blabbing generic dialogue about how Khan shouldn't have messed with him. Baloo self-proclaims himself to be the greatest pilot ever. Yeah, that's why he's making a living as a freaking delivery boy. Then they fly off and that's it. It's a pretty weak ending. Sounds like they're all pissed off and ready to take Khan down, but they just say fuck it, we've done our jobs. Which is pretty much what the game designers said too. Overall, Tailspin leaves a lot to be desired. The controls are quirky, and combining that with the irritating auto-scrolling will leave a bad taste in the mouths of those who love the platformers of the previous Disney games. And since there's a lack of shit to shoot up, shooter fans shouldn't be satisfied either. It had potential to be a pretty good game, but the execution was poor. A rare miss for Capcom. So that wraps up this edition of Aqualung's Game Reviews. See you next time.